Hi, I'm Allison Meyer, and these are my friends Alexis Cruz
Oh no!
and Bailey Mount. And this is Bad Fanfiction Fridays, where we aim to bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly of fanfiction. And welcome back! Today we're starting off with a 50 Shades of Grey follow-up. So, although we did say we were going to go see 50 Shades Darker last episode, we ended up not seeing it. However, me and Alexis got to watch 50 Shades of Grey for the first time. And, okay. Well, the beginning wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like, it actually seemed decent, and I was like, okay, seems like it's going somewhere.
It's like, oh, this isn't completely horrible. And then it got to, like, the sex scenes and sex montages, and I was very confused and unhappy.
Confused that it took so long to get there, or confused as to why they were there? Because they didn't show up until, like, the last 30 minutes of the movie.
But, like, just the sex montages, like, it wasn't a linear... It wasn't a linear timeline of having sex. It was like, oh, they're over here, and now they're over there doing a different thing. And now they're over here doing the same thing as before, but now it's different. And look, peacock feathers.
Was it the peacock feather that bothered you?
No. I think, in general, I was just confused.
I mean, like, the only part I got super confused on was her biting her lip and, like, the zoom on it. And then, when he randomly showed up in her apartment and she was okay with it.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, yo, we're gonna do it. Just get down in your face and we're gonna do it. And it's just like, he just broke and entered into your home.
Or when he showed up in Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was creepy. And then the mom was, like, totally okay with it. It was obvious how uncomfortable Anastasia was with the whole situation. And yet, the mom was like, oh, well, I'll leave you two alone. Ha 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 ha.
And she was just like, oh, he's so handsome. Okay, this is okay.
And it wasn't even a front. She wasn't like, oh, he's so handsome. I'm gonna go call the cops. No.
And then the whole, like, he sold her car. That made me so upset. That made me so upset.
No, don't forget, he sold her car, and then when she got mad about it, he spanked her.
Yeah.
And left
she started
her.
crying.
And she was upset. And I was just like, you need to leave him. He is bad. If it was not clear earlier, it is clear now. He is not a good person. He sold your car, which you clearly loved, and now you're upset.
And, like, when she left, I don't understand why she said his name. Like, the elevator scene that's supposed to be parallel to the beginning scene when they first met.
Anna.
Christian. Like, if you were really crying and you just broke up with someone because he just, like, spanked you, would you really say his name? You'd just be like,
You give him the middle finger as the elevator doors are closing.
Yeah.
So you guys, was it everything you wanted it to be?
I don't even know how to answer that question.
I just don't understand why there were so many airplane or helicopter scenes.
Because he's rich.
I mean, I guess.
He has so much money. It's money porn.
But, like, does he have a license?
Yeah, actually.
It's canonically.
Yeah, canonically, he has a license.
All right.
And if we go see 50 Shades Darker, we can... I think that might be when his helicopter gets sabotaged and she's worried that he's dead. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Spoilers.
We're gonna have a time, guys.
Okay. Well, that's our 50 Shades of Grey follow-up. Yeah. But today, we're focusing on something...
A little more magical?
A little more magical. Today, we are focusing on the wonderful wizarding world of Harry Potter. Because, of course, we need to ruin our childhoods. Which is probably why it's... Why is it such a popular site of fanfic? To make fanfic? Just tell me.
Because we all grew up with it. I read the first Harry Potter book when I was 5. And it was just...
Same.
And by the time the 7th movie, like the part 2, came out, I was 18 and I was getting ready to go to college.
This is true.
So it was something that followed me my entire life, and I cried like a huge baby. But as I got older and as the characters got older, I think what happened was a lot of people were like, oh, so what's with all the sexy stuff that's going on at Hogwarts? There's got to be stuff. There's so much puberty and so many dormitories. I don't know. So I think that might have been what happened. That and just the fact that Hogwarts was like the place to be. It was super cool. You could
Everyone
learn
wanted
magic and
to
be in houses.
There. We wanted to be there ourselves, and since we couldn't, we created original characters of ourselves to insert into the world so that we could live it out fictionally.
I'm a Ravenclaw, by the way.
Same. High five.
Yeah. Wait, are we all Ravenclaws?
Oh shit!
dang!
Yeah,
Ravenclaws.
okay.
BFFs are
Yeah.
Ravenclaws. Oh, Ravenclaw party up in here.
It's like,
We need to
This
find
explains
merchandise.
so much.
Yeah. We need to find actual Ravenclaw merchandise. They have none.
This is true. But anyways, so popular pairing. Because personally, I have not read, like, besides My Immortal, I don't think I've read any... No, that's a lie. I've read a couple of weird ships. But what are, like, the most popular ships that you
Draco
found?
and Hermione.
Draco, Hermione.
That was one of my first ones.
I feel like...
Draco, Harry.
Yeah, Draco Harry.
That's
Draco
like
Harry
top.
is the top, yeah.
Yeah, that's top tier.
Are we going to talk about which one's the top and which one's the bottom in that one? Or
I don't even know who was the bottom in that one. I just knew it was like
I feel like
a
it's...
thing.
I feel like it's Draco.
I feel like it would be pretty versatile. in
Like, they would
terms of
switch,
just
right?
back
and forth.
thought. Because they're both very emotional people. I mean, because they were originally written to be like foils of each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draco was Harry's foil or whatever literary terms. Bleh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
But that's the top tier. That's an insanely popular one. I
And-
guess Ron and Hermione is one too, but the thing is because it's canon, it's not
Yeah.
as sexy.
That's why it's Hermione. So Draco
Yeah.
and Hermione is like a strong number 2.
Oh boy.
And I mean, ever since Cursed Child came out, now like
I
a
don't wanna think about
rising, now like the rising ship is
The children?
the children. So it's Scorpius, Draco's kid,
Yeah.
and of course Rose, which is Hermione and Ron's kid. So it's like new age Hermione.
Really? I thought it would have been Albus and Scorpius.
That is ever since the play came out, yeah. But prior to the play, like when people were just making up fics just to make fics with the
Uh-huh.
characters, it was Scorpius and Rose.
Interesting. Okay, so we do have some fanfics for you today. Alexis,
Oh man.
tell us what's up.
so-
Where'd you find your fanfic?
I honestly don't. I never read any Harry Potter fanfics, surprisingly. So I went to Google, and apparently BuzzFeed had a bunch of lists about Harry Potter fanfictions, and if that doesn't show how popular it is, then I don't know what does.
Because mainstream media is
Yeah.
trying to get at that.
So
Appeal
the-
to the masses.
The one I found, it was called the Draco Trilogy, and it is what it sounds like. There's 3 different books, and it's an AU, so according to like the author's notes.
Alexis, who's the author?
Oh yeah, speaking of the author.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is probably the most important part.
I was trying to keep it a surprise.
The most important part.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so the author is the woman who wrote The Mortal Instruments, which is now a super popular young adult
Serious.
series and is a TV show in its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
The TV show is Shadowhunters. It's on
Yeah.
ABC's Freeform.
yeah. So yeah, what is her name? Cassandra?
Cassandra Clare.
Yeah, Cassandra Clare. She wrote this
Oh.
back in early 2000, literally like some 2000, the year 2000. Yeah. So this series was originally on fanfiction.net up until 2001 when it was removed because apparently she plagiarized a bunch of works, and one of the complaints was that she literally took a scene from the TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer and threw it into one of the chapters.
Oh, dang.
She just changed the names.
Oh.
So like that's how
What, Bailey?
No, I just think that's really funny.
So, like, that's how bad it was. And then, apparently, there's a whole big controversy of people who were fans of the Draco trilogy and if they wanted to read the Mortal Instruments or not because of the whole plagiarism thing. But I think that a lot of her fans still, like, traveled into that. But anyways, like, I read the first book, not even the whole book, but I read, like, 3 chapters of it.
Wait, so how long is each one?
Dude,
Because you're calling them books, so I have to assume they're at least novel length.
Pretty lengthy.
well, the first one is 11 chapters and it's 70,000 words.
Okay, that's not
Uh,
bad.
and then
It's not 100,000 words. That for me, that's like okay. That's something you got to commit to.
Mine was 15 chapters and only reached 35,000 words. That takes dedication.
Oh, like, according to the Harry Potter wiki, yeah, because there's a whole, like, section just for this, because it was that popular, I guess. All 3 books together, they made almost 1 million words.
Jeez.
And apparently this fanfic was many fans' first introduction to fanfiction.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, though, because the first thing you go into when it comes to fanfiction is something that you love.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, fanfic. Okay. Cool. Anyways, tell us more about this this book. This fanfic book.
So, in the first book, it goes with the premise that Harry. So they're in potions class. This is post Goblet of Fire, and they try the Polyjuice potion. So like everyone is partnered up, blah blah blah, and of course Draco and Harry get paired up together
Because they're mortal enemies.
So they drink the potion, and of course they change into each other. But for some reason, after half an hour, they were supposed to turn back, but they never did.
Wait, so is this a Draco Harry?
No,
trip?
it's so.
Alright, continue explaining, sorry.
It's so weird. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be that, but no.
Surprise, surprise!
Yeah, so they turn into each other. It's really weird. It's really wild, and like for 2 solid days, they live as each other.
So, but wouldn't everyone know? Like, hey,
That's the thing. Even Draco questioned it. He's like, why can't anyone tell? Like, I hate Harry.
this seems like a really big plot hole.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
It's
no one.
like, this happened in freaking
Potions class?
potions class, so
class.
everyone would have seen it happen.
Snape's probably just not telling anybody because he thinks it's funny.
I don't know. No one said anything. And, like, it took 4 chapters for anyone to notice. And, of course, it was Hermione that noticed.
That's dumb.
But
The fact that it even took her 3 or 4 chapters to notice.
And in the time frame, it took, 2-3 days for her to notice in general.
Oh my god.
This is dumb.
And the only reason why it took her so long was because, apparently in this one she likes Harry. And that's the endgame ship of, all 3 books. It's Harry, Hermione. But, in this book in particular, it's a love triangle between Draco, Harry, and Hermione.
All
Because of the
right.
body switching.
Lord.
Yeah. So, there's that. That was really weird. Yeah, this was just really dumb.
Bailey, you're making funny faces. Please explain.
Because I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So she finds out. So how does she find out exactly? Is she talking to the Harry Draco or the Draco Harry?
Harry Draco.
She's talking.
He just grew a lot of hair.
She's talking to Draco as he looks like Harry. She only finds out because he blew up at her when he finally realized, why isn't anyone noticing? When am I going to change back? He had this big epiphany, oh my god.
We're never gonna change.
Are
back.
we going to change back? And-
Voldemort's gonna come for me.
Yeah. He's like, this is when he just finally realizes it. And then he blew up at Hermione. And
And then she's like, Harry wouldn't be such a dick. Harry, why'd you call me a mudblood?
no, before that, it was Cho Chang, flirting it up with Draco Harry.
Wait,
And
Draco Harry, as in, it was Draco
In
who
Harry's
looks-
body, yeah.
Okay, looking like
So
Harry.
that's Draco Harry.
yeah.
Draco
to
Harry,
clarify.
not Harry Draco.
Not
Yeah.
Harry Draco.
Got it.
Yeah, Cho Chang was flirting it up, and then he told her off.
Oh,
And then Hermione walked in, and she was just like, wait, you wouldn't tell Cho Chang off. Harry loves Cho Chang. Blah, blah, blah. And then she...
Cho Chang, Cho Chang, Cho Chang.
Yeah. And then
Cho Chang.
Don't you start.
she thought he was lying, and Draco, instead of using, I forgot what the potion's called, Veritaserum or something like that?
Veritaserum,
Yeah, the truth potion?
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, I guess there's a curse? The Vertis curse, but I think that's fake.
That's totally made up.
Yeah.
The only curse to get any information out of somebody would be the Cruciatus
That's-
curse, and
yeah.
that's very bad.
So...
It's very bad, no good.
So Draco Harry was telling Hermione to use it on him to be like, yeah, I'm telling the truth. And she's like, no, I can't do it. And he's like, okay, fine. And then he did it himself, to himself. And then, of course, she asked him, a bunch of really dumb questions. And, yeah, that's how she found out. I feel like I clearly remember what page this was on. 'cause
So does it become a love triangle because she starts falling in love with Draco even though he looks like Harry?
it becomes a love triangle because I have a quote as to why it is.
Oh, really?
So this is when Draco realizes, hey, why isn't anyone noticing? And he's like, what's more disorienting was that he liked it. It was as if in taking on Harry's appearance, he had taken some part of Harry into himself. And he couldn't...
That's not... Okay.
Sorry. And he couldn't kill it or destroy it. It just sat there in his chest, making him do things like rescue Neville's toad, save Hermione from the bludger, and kiss Hermione.
What?
Oh.
He couldn't believe he had done that either. Why?
Oh.
It must be that Harry had some kind of feelings for her, and now Draco had them.
This is a lie. That's not how Polyjuice Potion works.
No.
This is fake.
No.
Fake
Well, no,
news.
it's fan fiction.
Fake fiction.
Really, Bailey? It's fan fiction. I had no idea that we're talking about fan
But this
fiction.
is like extra fan fiction.
This is
fan fiction with a healthy heaping side of more fan fiction.
Yeah.
This is so. Bailey, you just had to say words.
I had to. I can't not.
You can't not say the words.
Oh,
But yeah,
That hurt me.
that's really how wild it is, and it just keeps going.
Fine, it's not fake. It's dumb. It's just dumb, and I don't like it.
I
you
watched
guess-
a Korean drama similar to this
Okay.
once.
But guess what the end couple was for Draco? Or the end pairing?
Did he get with Pansy? He didn't, did he?
No.
Oh, thank God.
So, you know how I said Harry and Hermione was endgame?
Yeah.
Draco Ginny was endgame.
Ah!
How does that even work exactly?
I feel like that's a good segue.
I don't know, but I found a blog post of someone complaining about the Draco Ginny, kind of. Not even complaining, but like comparing it to Cassandra Clare's Moral Instruments. But the two main characters in Moral Instruments are supposed to be Draco and Ginny.
Oh my God, because it's Jason Clary.
Yeah.
Oh! She's a ginger and he's a plat. Oh!
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
I read the first 3 books, okay? It
I
was
don't
weird. He
wanna know.
totally even acts like him. His father's even an abusive dick.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
My mind's blown in like the most disgusting way possible.
So yeah,
That's
the Draco trilogy.
Yeah.
Famous.
Mortal Instruments is like 50 Shades of Grey.
Except not smut.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Illuminati
I think
confirmed.
my brain is just. I'm tired. I'm a very tired
Draco
person.
Jenny.
And I just want to take a nap. Even though, no, I want to take a nap. But we can't because,
Draco Jenny.
Bailey, you have a fanfic for us, don't you?
Yeah, with about as a with
So-
a pairing that's about just as unusual as that.
But the interesting thing about this fanfic is that it's actually a fanfic that made us decide to start this podcast because Bailey decided to read it out loud in the office, and everyone was like, "Yeah, this would be funny," but also it was funny in a disturbing, not well.
I kept screaming.
No. Yeah, it's very scream worthy, and we're gonna try and not scream because we want you to keep
Not
your
scream.
eardrums. But you know, Bailey, take it away. What's this fanfic called?
This fanfic is by a person called Rain Shadow, and it is titled Temptation in the Form of a Finnegan. It features the pairing of Harry Potter and Seamus Finnegan, which, if anybody doesn't remember, it was the kid that was always blowing shit up in the movies.
Really, we all honestly ship with Dean, but whatever.
If you read the books, you totally ship them. Like, it's a thing. And even in the movies, you see them with each other all the time. But
Yeah,
somehow,
they're adorable.
some way, Seamus and Harry, that's the endgame in this one.
So tell us, Bailey. I feel like you should just read it out loud.
I feel a little bad because the author says in the beginning, this is a feel-good, fluffy, pointless fic. It's not supposed to be serious or have plot. But at the same time...
At the same time, what, Bailey?
At the same time, it's just... Despite that, it's still just really interesting. Okay, so
Go
it's,
for it.
it starts off with Harry deciding to come out to Ron because he's been grappling with his sexuality for a super long time.
That's always a good way to start things.
And he's twisting his hands together. He's going, I've known this for quite some time now, but I wanted to make sure, and I thought you ought to know. I mean, I don't think you'll care that much, but still. And Ron goes, what? You could tell me anything. Concerned and a little impatient, Harry gathered his confidence and said in a rush, I don't know how to tell you this, and it doesn't matter, but I'm gay.
You said that so quickly.
Because it's written
perfectly.
like, there's no space. There's no spaces right there. It's all loop.
I
It's
love
all.
it when fanfic writers do that. It really gives me a sense of word vomit.
Then Ron just stares at him, and Ron goes, "You're gay." Yeah, as in homosexual. You check out
Come
guys.
on, Ron!
You check out guys instead of girls?
Really?
Yeah. You're not. You don't like me, right?
God damn it, Ron.
No homo, Ron.
Is that what it actually says?
No, but it's just immediately like that. It's the typical guy going, "Oh, fuck, my friend's gay. Is he gay for me?"
Oh, no, is that why he's telling me? That's so dumb.
So
But, like, it's realistic in that sense.
it is. That's completely realistic, and that's about as realistic as it gets because the characters are completely out of character. Like Seamus is really, he's a real horn dog. He's
Go on.
super sexual.
Give us the
I
whole...
mean, the chapters are very short. There's 10 chapters, but they're super short. And
so finish off the chapter for us. Just go for it.
I need to I need to tell you about chapter 2. So they're talking about Ron wants advice on how to ask out Hermione, and Harry's talking about all the guys he thinks are cute.
Oh.
And they're in the dormitory, and they have those big 4 posters with the curtains, you know?
Yeah.
And Seamus is hiding in his bed with the curtains around him so no one sees him while they're talking about this. So, behind his curtains, Seamus could contain himself no longer. He rolled off his bed and onto the floor, then picked himself up and hurled himself at Harry. Harry and Ron were already shocked beyond words, but then to add to their stupefaction, the energetic Irish youth said to Harry in what was admittedly a very sexy brogue, "Ah, you just made me day, Mr. Potter."
You just made me day.
You just made me day. And planted a heated kiss on our hero's lips.
Oh, no.
So that happens, and let me skip. So then after that, it's just Seamus really just wanting to only have sex with Harry, and at some point, Neville shows up. It's Neville. And Neville goes, "You need to actually date him, because Harry doesn't want to just have sex. You must woo him first, Seamus."
Neville, no.
Neville says this. You must woo him.
Woo him.
And then Seamus goes, "Oh, okay, I know how to do it." So, this is chapter 9, and it finally turns into a rated R because it's on Fanfiction. So it's rated T, so like PG-13.
For teens.
But it turns into smut, not good smut either, by the way.
Yeah.
In chapter
Tell
9.
me why, Bailey.
So Seamus gets in bed with Harry, and it's like, let me see, it's 2 in the morning. Yeah, you woke me up at 2 in the bloody morning? Why? Because, Seamus Finnegan purred, I'm covered in chocolate, and you, Mr. Potter, get to lick it off.
Ah, no!
You're joking. Nope. Chocolate. Yes. Me. Uh-huh. Seamus Finnegan naked on my bed at 2 in the morning covered in chocolate.
I mean, we know something's blowing up.
Harry Harry almost moaned aloud right then. And he says no, and then Seamus goes yes and kisses him. And
Seamus, consent is important.
And then Harry doesn't even start having sex with Seamus because he finds Seamus attractive. It's because Seamus is covered in chocolate and Harry really likes chocolate.
Yum!
Did you put a silencing spell up? Silencing spells are used for evil in this. That's also something that happens in the Harry Potter universe. Spells
a lot.
are used for evil.
Yeah.
Or some spells are just made up.
Some
that
spells,
shouldn't be
some
made
spells
up.
are made up, some spells are just for sex.
Like I haven't read any, but I'm trying to sit here and wonder how many fanfics use the Engorgio spell for evil.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid.
This is the sound of a broken person. Okay, continue, Bailey.
But then they just have sex, and it's... They say Harry was screaming Seamus's name like it was a holy thing, like it's really vague, and
Oh,
it tries to be
Seamus.
sexual, and it's just super awkward. He plagiarizes a poem and gives it to Harry, and Harry's like, this is super thoughtful, and Seamus is like, yeah, I know, it is fucking thoughtful, ain't it? And
Does he say
it's
it
not.
just like that, Bailey?
You know, he probably does. Don't you remember from the movies? When he introduces himself, he's like, "Me dad's a muggle, mum's a witch." A bit of a nasty shock for him when he found out.
Yeah.
It's
That's
an
just
iconic
him.
line.
It's just,
Now used
So-
for evil.
oh, God. Yeah, Neville's like, Harry needs love and affection, not just physical pleasure. Harry needs to know that you care about him.
Neville seems to know way too much
It's Neville.
about this.
Neville is actually the love guru. I feel like if anyone at Hogwarts had any problems, they should have talked to Neville.
Because
Why?
Neville is wholesome.
Neville
Neville's
is
wholesome.
wholesome.
Neville's the person you talk to when you have problems, or in this case, if you have problems trying to bone Harry Potter and you're not quite sure how to go about it.
Yeah, clearly.
But that's all I got for you. That's one of the first fan fictions I ever read.
Really? That's concerning.
Yeah.
That is very concerning.
Because I had a friend, and he would always read Harry Potter fan fiction, and we were about, I would say, 13, 14, and he was like, you have to read this one. It's so crazy. And I read it, and I was like, you're a sinner.
You're a sinner!
You're a sinner, and you just made me sin with my 14-year-old eyes. And then it was just a slippery slope to madness, and here we are, bringing it back. It's full circle. I have closure now.
Wow.
Ugh.
Amazing.
Closure.
The things podcasts can do.
You know, podcasts are wonderful like that. It's just healing us one episode at a time.
What did John say? You're already in hell. It can't get much worse. We're sinking deeper into our sins.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tired, and I'm just, whatever. It's fine, I guess.
Don't you wish Harry liked you as much as he liked chocolate?
Um,
That's
No.
Seamus's inner
Inner
thingy.
thoughts.
Yeah.
inner Irish.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
His
You need to
inner
go back
Irish.
to when he first finds out that Harry's gay. I think
In the second chapter.
is that when he first finds out?
Yeah, and then it goes to the third chapter, and the rest of it, until they actually get together, is literally just Seamus really aggressively coming on to Harry, and Harry saying no, and Seamus being like, but yes.
Yes, Harry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's like in high
Oh,
school.
yes.
It's like in high school when you come out and then you only know that there's like a small amount of people that are out, so they keep like trying to convince each other to get with each other
Even
because
if
that's
it's
all
not
they
right.
have.
Oh, yeah.
Or all your straight friends are like, oh my god, I know that person who's gay. You should get with them.
I mean, you're both gay, right? The gays
Right?
should remain with the gays. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
He starts blackmailing Harry because Harry said that Justin Finch Fletchley or whatever, a Hufflepuff that's mentioned in the books a lot, that he was super cute, and Seamus is like, I'm going to tell everybody. And Harry's going, no, don't,
How
please.
about you not do that?
I wouldn't. I'm not that kind of person. Relief and gratitude shone from the poor boy's eyes. Harry's, so, will you sleep with me? No!
No, Seamus.
Just one night, you'll love it, I promise. No! Seamus, have it your way, but I'm not giving up on this. Harry's only response was a groan. The reason he had been so terrified, the reason it was so hard to say no, the reason he knew his life would be hell now was because I always get what I want. Seamus bounded out of the room and Harry sank to his knees in despair. What am I gonna do?
This is just
That sounded like those really epic plays, but it's not.
rounded off
He like jumped off stage.
down the hall.
Seamus, what were you doing in Harry's bed? This is Dean. Because Harry literally kicks him out of the bed in the next chapter. This is chapter 5. And more importantly, why did you come tumbling out of it? Neville asked curiously. Was Seamus's answer. The curtains were pulled back and an angry Harry Potter emerged. Seamus! When I said no, I meant no, okay? What were you doing, you crazy Irish twat? Dean asked. He's trying to seduce me! It just never gets any better. And then Neville goes, yeah, Harry, I knew you were gay this whole time. It's okay, I don't care. Because in this, Neville knows everything about everybody, and he just wants to help friends.
I mean, with how much he gets thrown around, I wouldn't be surprised.
Everyone just thinks he's a doormat, so they tell him things. Or he sits against the wall and people just say things and he's just there listening.
He hears all.
He hears all.
His toad hears all.
It's Trevor. That's why Trevor's always running away. He's trying to get that hot gossip.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Go, Trevor, go.
Get the scoop.
Do it. Well, I guess that's that.
14-year-old me is crying.
Me now is not crying.
You just have this look of apathetic horror on your face.
I'm smiling, but I feel like it's because I have no other choice. Because if I were to realize what's just happened, I would start crying. And I'd never stop. What about you, Alexis? How are you doing?
I mean, for some reason, I want to keep reading the Draco trilogy because it's just so wild, and I want to know more. And it's like one of those fanfics where, like, you know it's horribly written, but you're willing to get past it because the plot seems kind of promising.
I hate those. Because I just have such trouble going through like bad writing, but at the same time I'm just like, the plot is so promising.
Like, it's there. There's something there. It's developing.
That was me with an Undertale when I was reading, because it was just a holiday fic, and the end game was everyone trying to get them to get together, because it was Christmas, and it was all feel good and everything.
It was a Christmas miracle.
But the writing was bad. I was like, oh, what's mistletoe? I don't know what that is.
But you know what? We can save that for another day.
Oh, I hope so.
But in the meantime, yeah.
Should we talk about what we're gonna... What?
Oh,
What's
no.
happening next week? No?
Next week's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be wild.
Ship Wars.
Believe it!
No, goodbye. We don't believe it. Just never mind. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Bad Fan Fiction Fridays. To listen to more episodes, check us out on iTunes or any of your favorite podcast apps. As the title says, this podcast updates every Friday during the semester. Our multimedia manager is Allison Meyer. Music in this episode is from the YouTube Audio Library. This has been a Union Weekly production. Please follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Union Weekly.